When your dog looks directly into your eyes, there's a biological reaction happening that you're completely unaware of. It's not simple affection. It's not habit. In that moment, its brain activates the same hormones that humans use to bond with their children. And if you ignore that gaze, you're missing one of the most powerful bonding mechanisms in the animal world. Science has proven dogs don't just live with you. They're evolved to find you. And when you understand what's really going on in their brains, each time your eyes meet, you'll never look at your dog the same way again. Here's what's happening. Most people think dogs love you because you feed them, because you raise them from a young age, because they are instinctively loyal. But it's not that simple. Dogs don't just react habitually. They're reading your nervous system. When you're stressed, your heart rate changes slightly. When you're sad, your facial muscles contract very slightly. When you're anxious, your voice drops just one tone. And their brains pick up on all those signals, not by guesswork, but by real biological mechanisms. Their brains react to your hormones. Their nervous systems adjust to your state. Even their heartbeats can synchronize with yours in some situations. This isn't just cuteness. This is an emotion-reading system that has evolved over 15,000 years. And the strangest thing? What happened in their brains when you look back was far more powerful than that. But the strangest part comes later. Researchers began measuring what actually happens when you leave home. They found that just minutes after the owner leaves, cortisol levels, the stress hormone in the dog's body, increase significantly. Heart rate increases. The body enters a state of mild alertness, not panic, but a lack of a point of safety. And this changes everything. The scientists then conducted a simple experiment. They left the dogs alone to listen to various sounds. A stranger's voice, no change. Environmental sounds, no change. But when they played the owner's own voice, heart rate began to drop almost immediately. Cortisol decreased. The nervous system calmed down, not because of the human presence, but because of you. And this changes everything. In another study, the scientists observed the phenomenon of heart rate synchronization. When dogs and their owners are close together in a calm state, their heart rates tend to adjust to the human rhythm. Not training, not coincidence, but emotional mirroring. And then comes the most shocking discovery. When dogs and their owners look into each other's eyes, oxytocin levels, the bonding hormone, increase on both sides. The same hormone is released between mother and baby. It's not imagination. It's a two-way biological loop. They look at you, oxytocin increases. You look back, oxytocin increases. The bond is strengthened. And this changes everything, because it means dogs aren't just living next to you. They're responding to you on a neurological level. And when you understand that, you'll start seeing their little behaviors in a completely different way. There's one behavior that most people find a little strange. Your dog stares at you in silence. It follows you into the bathroom. It lies close to your feet, even when there's plenty of space. Many people think it's just clinginess or simply curiosity, but science shows it's much deeper than that. When dogs maintain eye contact with you, their brains are searching for safety signals. Your gaze triggers oxytocin. Their close presence helps stabilize their nervous system. Lying near your feet isn't for convenience. It's because the close proximity allows them to sense your breathing, movement, and send biological signals that say everything is okay. Following you to the toilet? Not because of a lack of independence, but because in nature, separation from a safe anchor point means risk. Their brains don't analyze things rationally. It responds using a bonding system that has evolved over thousands of years. So when they stare at you for a long time, or quietly lie close beside you, that's not just a habit. It's a mechanism for seeking and maintaining biological connection. And if you think those behaviors are profound enough, but one behavior is even more emotional, there's a behavior that's even more profound than eye contact. When your dog gently nuzzles its head against you, when it sleeps close beside you, its body touching your legs, when it places a paw on your arm and stays there. Many people think it's just a cute gesture, but researchers have found that physical contact is one of the most powerful oxytocin triggers, not just in dogs, but in you too. When there's a gentle touch, especially from a creature your brain trusts, the nervous system begins to shift into a state of security. Heart rate slows, muscles relax, stress decreases, and the same thing happens to them. When a dog nuzzles its head against you, it's not a random act. It's how they regulate their emotions. They're seeking stability from your body, warmth, breathing rhythm, familiarskhet. In nature, sleeping close together means absolute trust. No need to be on guard. No need to worry about being attacked. So when your dog chooses to sleep close to you, it's giving you the highest level of trust a creature can give. And this is the part that really surprised many researchers. Not only are they calmer when touched by you, but your body reacts similarly. Two nervous systems are adjusting to each other. Two brains are synchronizing. But what happens next? And what happens next shocked researchers. When you are at your weakest, they stay. Think about the days you're not feeling well, the days you're exhausted, the days you're so stressed you don't want to talk to anyone, or the nights you sit alone, trying to keep everything inside. Your dog stayed. When you walk through the room with your shoulders slumped, when you sigh without realizing it, when you cry even just a little, they're there. They don't ask why. They don't demand an explanation. Researchers have found that dogs are able to detect subtle changes in breathing patterns and the scent of hormones associated with human stress. When your cortisol levels rise, your body changes very slightly, and they pick it up. Dogs tend to move closer when their owners are upset. They rest their heads on your lap. They lie close. They maintain eye contact longer. It's not a coincidence. It's emotional mirroring, reflecting emotions. Their nervous system reacts to your state. And instead of leaving, your dog stayed, even when nobody else did. During lonely times, on days when you feel inadequate, in moments when you think no one truly understands you, they don't analyze. They don't judge. They don't leave because you're unwell. They stay. Studies on human-dog interactions show that touching a dog during stressful times can lower heart rate and cortisol levels in humans. It's not just one way. Two nervous systems are adjusting to each other. You feel calmer when you touch them. They feel calmer when they're near you. It's a rare emotional synchronization system in nature. And perhaps, this is the most profound thing. Dogs don't bond with humans just for food, not just for safety, because they evolved to be emotional companions, to stay, to feel with you. And that leads to a bigger question. And this may be the real reason dogs bond to humans. Perhaps they were not just living behind you. Slow down a little and think about this. Maybe your dog wasn't just living beside you. Perhaps your dog wasn't simply living beside you. Perhaps it was mirroring you. Dogs tend to adjust their nervous system to their owners. When you are stressed for an extended period, they tend to become more alert. When you are calm, they relax. When you are sad for a long time, their behavior also changes very subtly, not because they are infected, but because their nervous system is synchronizing with yours. They absorb heavy breathing. They sense prolonged silence. They notice changes in hormone sense that you yourself don't even notice. Maybe it was carrying pieces of you. Perhaps they weren't just there for you during difficult times. Perhaps they were carrying a part of your emotions, part stress, part loneliness. And when you look back at them calmer, gentler, perhaps you're not just calming an animal. You're restoring balance to the creature that has silently held on to your emotions all this time. And if that's true, then this connection is much deeper than the word pet. Looking back again, perhaps after this video, you'll look at your dog a little differently. Maybe the next time it rests its head on your leg, or quietly lies beside you all day long, you'll understand that it's not just a habit. It's a creature reacting to you on the deepest biological level. And if your dog has ever been there for you during a difficult time, if it's ever sat silently beside you when you were sad, let us know its name in the comments, because behind every name is a story. And if you want to understand more about the hidden meanings behind dog behavior, signals we often miss, watch the next video. You might realize that this bond is much deeper than you ever thought.